All right, and welcome to my final website. So here's the multi-view. I'll show you that they each navigate to their own different views. So you can see once I click refresh here in check-ins, it refreshes that. Same with members, membership type, and workouts. And so here in the check-ins view, I have a drop down. So I can select a member, and then I can add a check-in. So here just now, that just got added. And here we can go ahead and delete that check-in. Next, member view. So as you can see here, we can add a whole new entry. So Cranjus McBasketball. Cranjus at basketball.com. We'll give him a student discount and add that member. And here we go, membership types. You see we have these three. You can add one and price it. Here for workouts, we are going to add Mauricio doing stretching for 10 minutes, probably only like 20 calories burned or something. And so we'll add it. You can see it comes to the bottom with Mauricio's number, his member ID. But I'll go back to Cranjus McBasketball. So here you can see I can't delete Mauricio because he has data in the check-ins column, and so there's a constraint preventing that from being deleted. However, I can delete Cranjus because Cranjus has no check-ins. And lastly is the reports page. So this button refreshes it and brings me a workout report, a calorie report, and a check-in report. And in a second here, I'm going to show you the code behind all of this. Okay, so here is what the VB file looks like. This is how I've organized it, these different separate regions. And so first I'll go over the connection region. This is just the SQL connection and the shared data tables, and it links the web page to the SQL server. So every stored procedure and every grid view uses. All right, Mauricio. So in page load, I check if not is post back, which means I can only load drop-down lists the first time that the page loads, which prevents reloading every time the page refreshes. So here I load the lists in these different drop-downs, and then here I'll go over to the navigation. So these subs just change the multi-views index, so each button switches and brings the user to a different page. And here at the bottom, the load report button is so that the grids are refreshed when I open that tab. So here's the check-in region. This first function runs the select all stored procedure, which fills a data table and binds it to the grid view. And here we have load members. This fills the drop-down list with the members from the members table. And then when I click add check-in, the load members, the check-ins insert here runs and inserts the new record into the database, and then I reload the table. This here is the members region, which handles everything for members. So the load membership types, that fills a drop-down with the membership types. The load members grid loads every member into the grid view. And then lastly, the button add member underscore click runs the insert procedure and refreshes both the grid and dropdown. And we also have the delete button here. So this region is very similar. I load all the membership types into the grid. I have a button to add a new member, and it runs the membership insert procedure, which then refreshes the data. And I also have here a deleting row button here, just like the last. Now for the workouts region, here the first button here, this inserts a workout after validating the entry for duration and calories. Here's a refresh button, load the members. Here the workout grid, this displays all the workouts using this select all procedure. And lastly, the delete, it'll delete the entry and then it'll refresh. So lastly is the reports region. So in this region, I have 3 group by stored procedures. The first one is workouts by member, calories by member, and then check-ins by day. And so each one loads its own grid view in the reports page, and it's basically like a management analytics dashboard, but it also can be used by members to track their progress. And so the next steps in this project is definitely to add more. Okay, so here I made a chart that shows which exercises burn more calories in less time, and this plots the duration versus the calories, and the bubbles are different sizes for calorie per minute. So I'll expand this here, get a better look. So as you can see here on the side, the average of workouts, sum of workouts, exercise type, and then calories per minute in the size. All right, so here you can see sum of calories by first name, and this is a stacked bar chart. So I have the y-axis, full name. X-axis is the sum of calories burned, so all of the calories they burn in their workouts. And that's it for this one. As you can see, my friend Sam Stark, he's got under 1,000. But Mauricio is literally off the charts, so keep it up. All right, and here you can see is the count of check-ins by month and day. So I have both month and day as kind of the filter here from the time in column, and in the y-axis I have check-in ID, and I set it to count individual ones. So here we have different days of the month here, or I could do by month or by year. Endless possibilities. All right, and that is my full system. It handles the data entry, the data processing, the stored procedures. It shows results in the user interface and provides reporting as well as some Power BI visualizations. So yeah, I would just like to thank you, Mr. Featherman, for this semester. Certainly learned a lot, and thank you for pushing us and believing in us. Have a good one.